Hello. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Hi, I'm Sketchy, and today we are going to be reacting to how Arknights is still alive 6 years later. But yes. And before we begin, remember to go subscribe to Go on and like that video. But yeah, we've done a couple of similar reactions to Arknights. I think it was about a month ago now. Like, it was to the lore when I was a new player. Because recently I've been playing Arknights like once a week on stream for the past couple... Well, I say for the past month, I would say. So I've really been getting into it. But anyways, yeah, because with the title is how is Arknights still alive 6 years later? Because there is, I would say, like a 5-year gacha game curse. Like, normally they shut down within 5 years, you know, but like there are lucky few like Genshin who just managed to creep past that, you know, who managed to surpass that. But anyways, let's get onto this.
Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, and Love in Deep Space. These are some of the names of the most dominating games in the space of gacha right now, racking in hundreds of thousands of fans and millions in dollars every single month. Yes, you heard me, months. This industry makes a lot of money.
Naruto Mobile. I didn't think I would see fucking Naruto Mobile on there, and but hey, you know what? I don't judge.
And they achieve this through various aspects, such as having an attractive art style to draw in new people, having fun combat and gameplay, and so on. And also having hot characters in their game. That helps them out a lot.
I mean, that always helps. The bigger the booba, the more players.
That's a big reason as to why they grow so much. So when you're top dog, other games believe that they have to follow in a similar style as you in order to succeed. It feels as if most games need to have that Genshin Impact anime look in order to succeed.
Yeah, I know, with that like 3D world and you know, the 3D open world where you can wander around, has same graphics, or similar to the same graphics. It's very boring. Like, I used to be a very deep Genshin player, but like now, I'm like, I just don't really like the game anymore. Like, I played it for about 3-4 years. I don't know. I just don't like it anymore.
See, now,
like, everything's repeated, you know, like,
nowadays, or at the very least be an open world gacha game. One of the biggest examples of transforming your game to look like Genshin is Dungeon Fighter Online, and oh boy.
I haven't heard of that one before.
It went from looking so unique and so cool to looking like, well, Genshin Impact 2. It feels...
Please tell me that's 2 separate games. Did they just, like, update it to make it look like that? Like, that one looks like it's from the 90s, and then...
unique and so cool.
Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of that art style though, like with the 2D sort of thing, which would be fine, but it looks too retro for me.
To looking like, well, Genshin Impact 2. It feels as if most developers
Genshin Impact 2
have this idea that they need to Genshify their games in order to succeed. So when you hear something outlandish like a tower defense game and gacha combined, you may think it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, but no, I loved it. Okay. I like the unique combat. That's one of the main reasons I play it. I love the combat. And it's like, you don't get like that many unique, you know, like sparks out there, right? Like, I would say it's such a unique spark. I was surprised when I discovered it, to be honest. Because, like, I thought it would have more combat like Blue Archive, kind of like that, but no.
It may not last long and may get end of service soon. But here we are about 6 years later and Arknights managed to defy expectations every single time. It's very well alive and growing. And it's doing so well that they finally have the funds to make their own 3D action game, Endfield, which is on its way soon. And you also know you succeeded when you made an anime with already 3 seasons out. Guys, we got 3 seasons of Arknights anime before GTA 6. That's kind of crazy.
Man, I really need to watch that. I know. I was shocked when someone said there was 3 seasons of an anime. Like, You know, I actually hadn't heard of Arknights previously. The only way I found out about it was due to Endfield itself. You know, like, in fact, the first game I played was Endfield. And then I discovered the OG Arknights, you know?
So how the hell is Arknights still popular and growing? And no, it's not just because they have beautiful women in their game, but that doesn't necessarily hurt its case either. So one of the biggest reasons as to why Arknights is doing so well is because of ease of access. The game is not that big when compared to the other gacha games. In fact, it's like one of the only gacha games that can go on my phone at the moment, because every single game nowadays needs to have at least 15,000 gigabytes in order to...
So you don't have any other gacha games on it? I'm joking.
be able to be played on your phone. So if people are...
I've never actually played a gacha game on my phone, but like, I feel like the experience would be a little bit clunky. I don't know, like, I feel like it'd be laggy, unless you've got, like, a good gaming phone, right?
able to get over that initial gap of storage and hardware, then it's easier to adopt. Not only that, but Arknights is so simplistic that you never have to expect some kind of big, grand update like every other single game does. No crazy 3D models in this game, just peak artwork, gameplay, and chibis for battling. And while it's not everyone's cup of tea initially, including myself, the charm of the chibis kind of grow on you after a bit. I learned to love it. It's okay. It's not a big problem. I know that it's not really beautiful or...
I love the dormitory feature, though. Like, I like spending time just decorating it, you know, and making it look cute. I feel like nobody would use that feature, but who knows.
Really in-depth like all your other 3D gacha games out there, but I still like them. I think they're really cute. It's really hard to find these guys annoying when they're able to roam about in their base, and it's pretty cute, actually. I like it a lot. And if anyone from Hypergriff is watching my video, first off, crazy, thank you, I appreciate it. But also, I would love for an official PC port of Arknights. I hate using emulators. I don't like them at all, so if we get something that...
Hey, what I used to get it on my PC, I didn't even know. I mean, I guess it's an emulator. I just used the official Google Play Store for PC. I think it's called like fucking Google Play Games or whatever. It's a little bit clunky, but I would say it's fairly good.
I can run smoothly on my computer, that'd be great. Now, when it comes to gameplay, Arknights follows a nifty, simple plan. Simplicity first, complexity later. While other games bombard you with so many mechanics and gameplay aspects like parrying and dodging, quick dodging and all that stuff, or even just polluting your screen with all different kinds of damage numbers and effects, I love ZZZ, but goddamn, it's a lot of numbers popping on my screen. Too much. Or giving you the...
Kind of gives it like a comic style in a way. I kind of like that effect, but then again, I don't really play much of ZZZ.
Dreaded artifacts, disk drives, you have to get substats, critical damage percent, crit rate increase, all those things. I hate it. It's just headache inducing, honestly. Arknights does one simple thing. Raise your units, plop them down on a tile, and they go to work. That's it. There are no artifacts in Arknights. Just level up your units, their skills, and you'll get so much value out of them ASAP. The game is simple. Simply kill the...
Yeah, but every time I try to level up, I suffer from broke bitch fucking itis. Like, I'm so broke. Most of my characters are still like level fucking 30.
enemy soldiers before they hit your
I mean less than 30. Like, not above it, just less.
Point, and that's it. You're done. But as you keep playing, you start learning about the complexities of Arknights as you go. Yeah, of course the first few levels are easy peasy, but once you fight Big Ass Patriot for the first time ever without a guide, that guy is going to rock you. And there's a nice steady climb of you as a player getting better and better as you keep going. Some gimmicks or strats that you may have to overcome or learn in the past may return for later stages, and once you learn how to handle it, it'll feel great. You got a melee unit? Throw them down to block enemies before they get to your endpoint. For range units, they go up on elevated tiles and they shoot enemies from afar. Healers? Well, I mean, come on, they heal your team. What did you expect, for them to actually attack your enemies? Because we actually got that in the game. And we also have arts in the game, which is...
I don't know about them, but I feel like that could end up being kind of mid in a way. Like, you know, jack of all trades, master of none type situation. I don't know, though. I've never used that unit.
Basically the magic of Arknights, and it does a lot of damage to anybody who isn't resistant against arts, which is a lot of people. Units are then categorized by their main classes. You have vanguards, guards, defenders, snipers, casters, medics, supports, and specialists. All roles deployment points, and that's what you use to bring out better units later because they require more deployment points. Defenders are the wall of your team, blocking more enemies than an American football player. Guards are kind of like a defender, but they block less but do more damage. Snipers do physical range damage from afar. Casters do art damage. Medics heal unless they don't want to, then they can kill people with their own healing attacks. And
if they feel like violence, they can choose violence.
Specialists and supports are kind of like
the best solution. I'm joking.
Miscellaneous units just kind of get filtered into these tabs. Supports can do things like they can also heal sometimes, do some damage, slow enemies. They can also debuff enemies or buff your units. And specialists are full of a lot of different types of units in the game. You can have assassin type specialists or ones that actually sit down and are invisible, doing passive damage to your enemies over time. And then each units have their own special roles in their classes. For example, we have Chen. She's a guard unit, but we also have Blaze, who's also a guard unit as well. But Chen is known for her high burst of damage as a sword master, versus Blaze, who's a bit more tankier than Chen, sporting a higher block count, and she's able to attack multiple enemies at once that she blocks. Blaze's role is a Centurion guard, and both of them have their own jobs without really outdoing one another, allowing for a lot of unique Arknight units and a lot of flexibility for gameplay. Also, an important thing to note, Arknights does justice to both men and women characters. I don't have to sit down and count or look it up, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more women characters in Arknights.
I mean, yeah, but and also like the collabs they do are kind of cool. It's just because I saw they had Chuck Chill up that. That's why I was saying that. From Dungeon Meshi, the one behind my head there, But I mean, hey, but I feel like they've got a good diversity because they have like fully monstrous characters. It's not just anime faces, you know. Like there's that one leopard guy, Mountain, that the one after Blaze.
Or look it up, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot more women characters in Arknights than there are men characters.
I feel like that's mainly in Gacha though, unless it's a Gacha made for women like Love in Deep Space. It's mainly gonna be women in Gacha games, you know, like the playable characters are mainly gonna be women.
But that does not mean the men characters are neglected at all. In fact, we have some really great male characters that are completely meta-defining, or they're just really great in terms of design. Logos is up there as one of my favorite male characters, and Thorns is literally...
I can see why, though. I can see why. Wait, if I move myself, I can see why he likes that character, but Thorns, oh my god, not Thorns. Like, I like his character design. I love his character design, but his gameplay, no. No! Like his character design, but the gameplay, negative.
Quite me. Another appealing part about Arknights is the fact that while other games let you bring at most maybe 3 or 4 units of play in a battle, you can bring up to 12 units for most levels in the game. And 12 units leave a lot of flexibility and strategy for you to play with. You can clear multiple stages in different ways, and could you pick the absolute most broken units and get through the game faster that way? Yeah, you could. But that one feeling that comes when you're able to build your own team of full of your favorite units and you're able to clear stages, that is one of the most satisfying feelings in Arknights. It feels incredibly rewarding. So yes, you can bring in your low tier trash waifu character and have her be back.
Me myself, I feel like I'm gonna really need the OP units because I'm really bad with placement, and trust me, I never get better. I'm really bad. Trust on that one. Trust me.
Except by 11 stronger other characters.
Just that, I don't know, I always end up dying. No matter where I am, I just die all the time.
You can do that in Arknights. It almost feels as if there's no bad characters in Arknights. Except for Spuria, of course.
Hey, character design's nice, though. I mean, at least you can say about that. I would say about, like, 90% of characters. The character designs are nice.
Now, slowly, every single character will have their own modules, and modules allow for you to modify a unit so that way they can be a bit stronger than they are normally. It's slowly being rolled out to everyone, so not everybody has it, but when it gets there, your character who isn't as, meta-defining could be a bit more usable, and I like that a lot. Some modules are...
Now that design's cool with the blonde, streaky hair, the messy hair, and the ball.
are normally, as, meta-defining could be a bit more usable, and I like that a lot. Some modules are game game-changing, and they can make a unit go from dog water bad to actually pretty good. Crown Slayer was memed on for the longest time as one of the worst units in the game, but once you grab her module, she's suddenly one of the best. I was actually...
They were like, yeah, okay, we gotta fix her somehow, okay? We gotta make people gamble on her. We gotta fix it somehow.
A day one Crown Slayer enjoyer, so for everybody out there who was making fun of her back then, they just couldn't see it. You know, if you couldn't handle her when she was bad, you can't even use her now then. I'm just saying. And also another huge plus about Arknights that I love so much is that there are no weapon banners. Once you get a character, that's it. You can start playing with them right away as soon as you raise their level up and skill.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the one complaint I would say I have about Arknights is like, I don't know, I don't really like their gacha system. Like, I don't like how the gacha system rolls. I really like the game, but the gacha system, I don't think it's for me. I like, could just be I haven't fully got it yet. But I don't know, I just, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Thus saving you a bit of pull currency. In my humble opinion, if Arknights is able to rack in millions in dollars without having to have a weapon gacha, then do we really need weapon gachas in other games? I'm just saying. But then again, that's how other games make even more money than Arknights, so what do I know, I guess. Now, the question is, are the rates in Arknights any better than other gacha games? Well, I'll be honest, I don't think it's any better or worse, but you either get lucky or you don't. But for the most part, though, every single character that is in the rate-up banner at the moment of whenever they're released, they'll be moved to the standard banner after. So if you think you've missed somebody, don't worry, you'll be fine. The only thing you should be worried about, though, is the limited characters in this game, because unlike the other games where they do that thing where it's like, they release a character and then bring them back like 3 months later or something like that, Arknights, when they do limited characters, they are almost limited and they almost never come back, so... if you miss out on a limited character, it's honestly a worse feeling than a breakup. Like, actually, I don't know, maybe... No, it is worse than a breakup.
They might not have the weapon banners, but that's how they get you. the special character ones, that's how they get you.
Breakup. But good news though, a lot of the non-limited units are still really strong in the game. Surtur is one of the best units in the game. She can just refuse to die at certain points and she does a lot of damage. She's so strong, in fact, that pretty much going forward, every single stage or boss has been designed around her so that way she doesn't easily steamroll everyone she fights.
Hey, well, at least they thought about the design, but at least they, or the design of the not the characters, but you know what I mean, the design of the enemies, so that she could just defeat them. That's good, though, that's good.
It's been a few years since her release, and she has been power crept, but that doesn't mean she's absolutely useless.
Yeah, the power creep, the power creep in most gacha games is crazy though. Like, your first gen units will be, well, this is most gacha game. I don't really know about Arknights when it comes to this, when it comes to power creep. But like, especially in games like Genshin, it's like, the more the characters go on, the worse the first ones get. Like, Genshin, Venti, I think it was the first 5-star, he is now terrible compared to some of the newer ones. Newer characters, you know?
Because once again, you can use her alongside with other power crept units, and she's also a really great boss killer in case you don't have one. And I think that's the great part about Arknights. Yes, there is power.
And she looks cool. Like, her hair, when he showed off her sprite, mwah, delicious, good, you know?
Creep in the game, but old units are still pretty much relevant because they can still be pretty good. Also, you only ever need just one copy of a unit. You don't have to worry about mindscapes or constellations or whatever the hell they call it in Honkai Star Rail. If you have other copies of a unit, at most they just kind of raise their stats up a little bit or so. It's not completely game changing. So it can be easier on the wallet for you if you're able to pull a unit and then you can pretty much just chill. You don't have to get multiple copies unless you just absolutely love a certain unit that much. Or throw more money into Hypergriff, because I actually really like Hypergriff a lot as a company. We also have some really good and fun collab units, but if you have missed out on these units before, then there may be a chance you'll never get them ever again. We've had a Monster Hunter collab and it was so well done. I tried desperately to get my friend into the game because she was a huge Monster Hunter fan. Thankfully, she got into the game 3 months after the collab, and she's been forever since.
The worst luck.
It's kicking herself in the back because she really loves Monster Hunter, and it sucks that she missed out because now she loves Arknights as well. So the lesson here is that if I ever recommend something, listen to me. But real quick, can you bring back Kirin Yato Hypergriff, because she missed out, and also...
Yeah, I wonder why he wants to bring her back.
So I would like more copies as well because I really like her design. And might I add, a great segue into the design of Arknights, the art is simply fantastic. Now, I get it, during battles, we don't have that cool 3D models that every other single game has, but these cute little chibi models, they're really well designed. I like...
And it's different. Like, it's different to have the 2D live 2D art. I think technically it's called live 2D art, I think. But like, it's different, you know, because everything is just overproduced. There's more and more and more and more gacha games, right? You know, like.
Them a lot. I like how they're able to transpose a lot of the design aspects.
Like something just as different as a different art style can like put you like leagues apart from the other games, you know.
To the smaller versions in the chibi battling forms. But outside of battle, we have really amazing art of characters. Without a doubt, Arknights art is one of the best out there, especially...
I feel like he really doesn't like the chibis in battle. He's brought up like 3 times. I feel like he really doesn't like it.
When the game is a great celebration of different artists coming together. Character designs are really nice, colors as well. Insert other art terms here. I'm not an artist, so I'm just an appreciator. Even if you've never played Arknights, you know it's got some of the best work out there. And as I said earlier, this game has many illustrators lending a hand in creating characters for the game. Some of the most notable include Nami with her children that she's created, such as Golden Glow, Mizuki, and Pepe. While I'm not an artist myself, I'm an appreciator of the arts.
Now that splash art was nice.
It's really cool when you start to see like certain design aspects that certain artists have when it comes to their characters. And for example, Nami's characters, once you see their eyes, you can just instantly recognize she's had a hand in making that character because their eyes are so well done and unique to her style. Feels cool to notice that. I don't know, may not be that impressive, but I like it. Another character, for example, is, I might butcher their name here, but Alchemaniac, also drawn a lot of different characters for Arknights, and once you recognize one character from their style, you start to see every other single character that they may have drawn, and you just instantly go, oh yeah, that's drawn by Alchemaniac. And one other aspect that I like is that artists are usually brought back to make more skins of the characters they made before. Now, of course, there's some exceptions to this, but for the most part, a lot of artists are brought back to make the same skins. It's always a cool thing to see artists come back to make more work for their characters, especially...
It's probably if they're not back, it's probably they have a bad relationship with the company or something, you know?
But if they have like a parental...
Or something happened, you know?
...relationship with their work, so Nami really loves her children a lot, and you can tell by all the posts she's made. I would say for the most part, Arknight artists are treated fairly well. Except for that one time involving a certain character in her skin and plagiarism, but...
Oh no!
That's just one dark moment in an otherwise great history of Arknight artists. If you're curious on how...
I actually didn't know about that.
Arknights is on your wallet, I would say it's a relatively free-to-play friendly...
I wonder if it was like a tracing art situation, or where they just completely ripped off a design of an outfit from another game, maybe? I don't know.
...game. So if you're broke and you need some kind of gacha game to play, I would say Arknights is an excellent choice. One of the biggest reasons as to why I say it's a really great choice is because you can clear a lot, and I mean a lot of content with low rarity units. Of course, this will require you to bring your brain cells together in order to clear stages with the low, weaker units without the cool one-hit kill enemies with a simple press of a button, but it can be done. And of course, as you progress through the game, you unlock new content that will give you more things so you can pull for, and eventually have enough currency to pull for the OP units who will help you with later stages, thus making the whole process a bit easier for your account. Or you just get super lucky and pull for Wizardel, who is one of the best units of the game right now. Once you have...
Yeah, someone I have friended on the game has that character, so I just keep borrowing them for combat. Whenever I'm in trouble, I just borrow them for combat and be like, yeah, I'm gonna use you if I get stuck. I mean, some may call it cheating, but I say it's fair, okay? The game allows me to do it, equals fair.
She can solo carry maps, so... if there's anybody you have to pull for, any tier list you have to follow, I would say just get Wizardel no matter what. And okay, let's say you're in a pinch and you're not the best when it comes to playing Balloon Tower Defense games, well, you can always consult YouTube guides. Kyostin is our resident god of Arknights, where he literally plays the entire game with low rarity units for the most part, and he's able to get through many of the stages just by playing and using his brains, and you can replicate his strategies by using all the free-to-play, easily obtainable units, while sometimes having supports from other people, such as friends or strangers, to help you out. So if you're too lazy to use your brain or you're in trouble, then he's your guy. And let's say Kyostin built certain units that you don't have and you're looking for something that will well suit your team and your needs, there are other guides out there from other creators. Just go ahead and look, you'll probably find something out there for you. Which, once again, I really love about this game. There's so many different ways you can play this game, a lot of flexibility, and a lot of other people who also love this game as much to make content to help you out and other people as well. Kyostin has been one of the biggest help for my account because I relied on him to get through most of the game, and once I was able to start building and start pulling for better units, I actually didn't need him anymore. But every now and then, I still check on his channel and watch a few of his videos because there are some stages that, even at the late game, will still kick your ass and you may need a bit of help. It's a side tangent, but I'm sure Kyostin had no idea Arknights would ever grow the way it did. I think there's something touching about Kyostin's story as a creator, because I think nowadays a lot of creators are in the whole creation space to make money, which is, hey, not bad, get that money and, you know, get that bag, but I also just miss the days of people doing YouTube or just any kind of, like, creative field because they were passionate about something and just wanted to make things for things they liked. And as far as I can tell, I don't think Kyostin's ever dropped his love for Arknights once. Of course, he may have some criticism here and there, but he's never had to make a video going, I'm so done with Hypergriff and Ark.
Oh god, the I'm so done with Genshin Impact. Oh my god. Oh, yeah.
It's because people who make those kind of videos, I get really tired of fast. Moving on, I digress. To disappoint.
Hey, well, I feel like it's fair if there's some really bad update that just breaks the whole game, you know? Like, I think there was that one game, or one Gacha game, that had, like, malware. They got hacked or something, and they had malware injected into their game or something, and then it was something like that.
All you guys out there, that you guys will be upset when I tell you this, but there is no auto-battling in Arknights like how there is in Honkai Star Rail, for example, which seems to be a necessary thing for most gacha games nowadays. I feel like people just want to do a thing where
the very short attention span, you know. But if you took away that, if you added that, that'd be a bit weird. I don't know, to this. Like, I feel like take away half of the experience.
They just want to collect really beautiful characters and then have the game play on its own for them, which is, I guess gacha players don't like playing games themselves. But we do have a feature where you can farm stages with an auto as long as you clear the stage with 3 stars before, so we do have that at least. Now, for one of the biggest highlights of Arknights is that it's known for its amazing story.
You know, one thing I wish they had in the game was a mode where you could just go over and, like, where it would just go forever, because most of the other events, like the one he was talking about, has a limited timer. If I'm correct, I could be crazy about that, but I think they have a limited timer. So, I just wish it could go on and on forever until you fail. I feel like that would, and it keeps increasing in in hardness. Now that would be fun, because I love the combat so much. I feel like that would be really fun.
The world building is good, the conflicts presented can be intriguing enough to read through, and characters have depth. You name it, Arknights has been praised for it, essentially. But, admittedly, it's not the easiest story to get into, for gacha games at least. The beginning of Arknight's story is pretty slow, as it needs to build up its world and story a bit. To me, that's perfectly fine, as slow and steady wins the race, and the story ended up being really great. But sadly, most people are just not used to that, and they just want their action.
The TikTokers' attention span, you know? The short attention span.
Every 5 seconds, and they don't have the brain capacity to really sit there and read things. Especially when there's no voice acting in Arknights. There is voice acting when it comes to the...
Yeah, I always found that a bit weird, like, there isn't a voice acting thing, although I can you imagine how expensive that would be to, you know, voice every single line? But my dyslexic ass has so much trouble with it. Trust me.
Gameplay and the characters, but there's no voice acting for the cutscenes of this story, so if you want an audiobook, you just won't have it here at all. So with that said, you have to do a lot of reading, which intimidates a lot of people nowadays, sadly. Because of all of that, it can be hard for people to get into Arknights' amazing story that every single one of its players has certainly read through bit by bit.
And I have a feeling, right? Like, I have a feeling that, so with this type, I feel like visual novels, aren't at their peak anymore. So there aren't that many people well, I mean, there are lots of people reading them, don't get me wrong, but, like, they're not at their peak of popularity anymore, so it's like, with more visual novel type games, they're not as easy to get into for most people, because now, I don't know, visual novels aren't as popular, so not many people are reading them. It's really that type of thing. I just feel like. But anyways, let's get back onto this.
Now, good news, there is an anime for Arknights, as I mentioned earlier. And the anime is...
for the people who want to skip the story, they just binge the whole anime, then get into the game.
pretty good. I enjoy watching it. As a person who isn't really into animes as much, it covers the first major chapters of Arknights, but it's heavily summarized down. But honestly, it's a pretty good summary for people who don't want to read the story. You just may miss out on a few details from, the actual game story itself, but I think it's fun to get through and understand the major parts of what's happening, as it can be a great base for understanding the world of Arknights. Ultimately, you can't skip the story of Arknights. I'm not gonna fault people too much for that. As long as you play the game, honestly, that's all I really want to see, because the gameplay itself is still really good. Because Arknights, to me, is the underdog when it comes to a lot of gacha games out there. In the world of gacha, where every single game is expected to have some kind of cool 3D models with high fidelity graphics, or whatever the hell that means, where games also need to have crazy animated attacks that deal 1 gajillion damage to your enemies with high octane action, Arknights has remained to be one of the weird games out there with its weird tower defense chibi style gameplay that still holds up today. Seeing Arknights dish out amazing art,
but yeah, a lot of them have that type of style, though. Like, well, I say a lot of them. I know I keep referring back to Blue Archive with the chibi style, but I feel like with combat-wise, a few of them do have that style.
Great story, tricky stages that make you use your brain. There's a lot to love about Arknights, and it's only getting better as time goes on. And whenever
didn't actually know you could dress them up in different outfits, but I guess the more you know.
I see Arknights' name standing next to all the great gacha giants of today, it warms my heart a lot. The game never betrays itself in any way. It doesn't need to have half-drawn women in order to sell you and get the eyes of the gooners to play the game. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I play Brown Dust too, so I can't really say more than that. But Arknights never needed to change itself in order to appease a certain type of audience. Ever since the start of the game, all they ever done was just built upon what they had and kept going from there. For example, ZZZ started off having this TV mode gameplay thing, but they stripped it away because people simply didn't like it. While it's great that they did listen to the players and make things better for everyone as they think they would, Arknights never once said, you know what, maybe the tower defense stuff is too weird, we'll just probably find some way to make some kind of action chibi gameplay style to it. No, they never did it once. And for that, I respect it so much more. I'm gonna get a little bit cheesy here, but I just really love Arknights. I think out of all the gacha games out there, this is the one I never consider quitting, because it's just so, for all the reasons I listed above, it's so great to me. Other gacha games, they get too big for my phone, I delete and I never think about it ever again. Arknights just sits there on my phone because I know I can play at any point. The gameplay can be challenging once you reach the end game stages. The characters are so cool. I love the design so much.
There's actually a cat one, Miss Christine. Yeah, I need whoever that is. I need the cat. That's too cute with the bow around its neck. Aww.
It's just a game that I just cannot see myself putting down ever because I love it so much. And it's crazy seeing this game come from like its humble beginnings to now having its own new 3D gacha game, Endfield. Seeing Arknights drop its next game, Endfield, I already can just feel that it's going to be a good game because I know the developers worked so hard. That, and I also played like all the betas. I was there since the beginning of testing, so I know it's gonna.
I will say Endfield has crazy graphics. Endfield was not for me, but the graphics were nice. That's what I gotta say. The graphics were nice.
Be great. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but from the little bit I've seen, I've heard a lot of great things about Hypergriff, the developers of Arknights. And they've done a lot of great work when it comes to charity work as well. And they've also just love and respect the artists, which I can appreciate so much. As far as I know, both games will continue, and I can only hope Endfield will attract all the Zoomer Brain Gacha fans out there.
I feel like, yeah, it definitely attracted a lot of people because I saw that game everywhere. It was everywhere. It is everywhere still.
To try Arknights, because Arknights to me is one of the best games out there, and to put it simply, it's a beautiful game. The idea of a tower defense gacha game sounds like a horrible and weird idea on paper, but in execution, it's led to one of the best and most respectable games out.
Genuinely, if they remove the gacha system and you just got the characters as you got on, I feel like, well, I wouldn't improve it or make it worse, but I don't know. It could. What I mean is, it could just be as good with no gacha features, you know, too. But hey, I appreciate the gamble. I appreciate the gambling.
Okay, that's never had to betray itself to make money. And Arknights is just one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Nice. But yes, remember to go follow them. But that was so good. Oh my god, wait, I just realized my tracking died. No. Well, hopefully that wasn't through the whole video, but I hope you enjoyed. I'll try and get my tracking back before I end the video, but hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. This was a slightly longer video. I mean, at the time recording, this is 45 minutes long for me. I don't know how much I'll chop out during the editing process, but it'll probably be a bit less, maybe about 40 minutes, but I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for watching. And if you want to check me out, I stream here on YouTube and Twitch. Stream here on YouTube and Twitch at 7:30 GMT, 7:30 GMT or 3:30 PM EST, Monday to Thursday. And if you want to check out my schedule, it is on my Discord and my community tab. So I hope you have enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Well, there, I finally got my tracking back, but thank you for watching. Bye. But that was a really good video. Hope you enjoyed, and bye-bye.